everyone, my name is Neeti and I'm a breast cancer winner. Let me share a little with you about how did I get diagnosed. My diagnosis happened back in 2012 when I was 31 years old. I had never done a self-breast exam because cancer somehow always looked like a filmy bimari to me. Thankfully, nobody in my family has it. But I was lucky that I felt the lump on the surface of my breast and I thought that it was related to menses, so I slept over it for whole 2 months. When it didn't go, I realized that I had to show to a doctor. But I was so naive that I didn't know what kind of a doctor to go to. I didn't even know that someone as a breast cancer surgeon even existed. So I actually Googled. And me and my husband went for the ultrasound and the report said that the lump was benign, which means non-cancerous. We were both ecstatic. I remember I shouted on top of my voice sitting in the car that, yay, I don't have cancer. But luckily for us again, the doctor said that since it's a breast lump, you should get an FNAC done. So we got the test done and forgot about it because we already had a report that said that the lump was benign. I am a professor professionally and I was at my institute when I got the call from the center saying that I had to collect the report with my husband. So I knew that there was something wrong. We went there and we were told that I had cancer, and so the journey began. I underwent mastectomy, which means that one side of the breast was removed, followed by chemotherapy and then hormonal therapy that got over in December 2018. So how did I deal with this? Well, the news of this diagnosis can never be easy, but I think it was much more difficult for my loved ones, and I was the one actually who was consoling everybody that this will be fine. I somehow had this very, very strong faith that it is just a phase and it will pass away. And me and everybody in my family remained very positive during this phase. I remember that during the investigation part, me and my husband decided that let's see something light, so that to take off the stress. And we got this CD of this movie called Rowdy Rathore. And the movie was so bad that we realized that we were better off before that. But yes, the treatment is difficult, but it is not as difficult as how we have it in our minds. Thanks to all the development in medicine, it is not very difficult now, and a lot of it is also to do with your state of mind that you're in, and also a lot of it is also to do with the stage at which one is diagnosed, because earlier the stage, easier is the treatment and shorter is the duration of the treatment. So yes, like I said, that I remained very, very strong and positive throughout. But the only time that I felt a little scared was when I thought that what if I would not be around to see my little one grow up. My son was 3 years old at that time. But again, the same thought gave me a lot of willpower and inspired me to take this on very, very strongly. Another thing is that I have been very carefree since my childhood. So that actually has been a blessing even during the treatment and my life therein. And one more thing, that we have this dream of settling in Goa finally. So whenever I would feel a little low, I would actually visualize me, my husband, our son, his wife and his kids, to be sitting and chilling at a Goa beach. So yes, I struck a deal with God that I'll be up and living till then. So I never asked God that why did this happen to me. But me and my husband would often discuss during our walks that if this has happened, there must be a learning behind it. And during my treatment, I met a lot of women who had also been diagnosed with breast cancer and as early at an age like me. And also once I went to a hospital wherein I saw the plight of the patients who were lying on the floor waiting for their turns to come. And that really hurt me to see how difficult it must have been for them. So I decided that I wanted to work in this area. In India, more than 60% of females still go to the doctors when it has reached an advanced stage. While breast cancer is a form of a cancer that can be cured if diagnosed early. So I decided to leave my full-time job as a professor and I started my NGO called Yes to Life in year 2014. We are working with the aim to contribute in lowering the mortality rate arising out of breast cancer. So we do breast cancer awareness talks and events. We do cancer screening camps both for men and women. We provide financial assistance to people who can't afford the treatment on their own. We also run a support group that has more than 120 cancer warriors. And we also do rehabilitation support under which we provide these Sathi kits free of cost to patients from lower income groups in hospitals like AIIMS, Rajiv Gandhi, Dharamshila, etc. I don't think it's much to do with being a man or a woman, but yes, it's very important to be skilled and educated to be able to earn whenever you have to or whenever you want to. And also, I think that it's not necessary to be earning at all times in your life. It depends on the choices that you make. Like for me, I left a full time, well paying job in order to pursue this passion of mine. And I was told by many people that it's not the right decision that I'm making and that I should have continued with my job. But I knew that this is what I wanted, this is what gives me peace and satisfaction. So the idea is that yes, it is very important to be skilled and educated to be able to earn and to do by what your heart desires, and don't do or don't take up anything just to impress other people. My future plan is a dream, a vision which is extremely close to my heart, which is to have a facility, a hospital, wherein anybody who comes in would not go back without being treated for cancer. Which means that every person from whichever strata of the society, especially talking about the lower income strata coming to the hospital, will get treatment free of cost. And I am sure that this will become a reality. I have already started working on that. You know, I keep hearing from people that they don't have time to exercise, to meet friends, or to pursue a hobby. But I rather find it strange because I think that a lot of it is to do with correct prioritization and to make choices in life. For me, I work full time. I even work on Saturdays many times because we have certain talks or screening camps, etc. on Saturdays. But I have never found myself telling anybody that I don't have time for anything. Yes, I do not do everything the same day or as and when how people want, because I know what is important for me in life and I can prioritize well. So I think managing time is a lot to do with knowing what is more important for you in life. One very important thing is to stop over analyzing life. It is not as complicated as we often think it is in our mind. I think we pay too much attention on what people think about us or what to do to make people happy. What is rather more important is to be honest to ourselves, to really know who we are and who we want to be. And once we accept our reality and stop trying to do things in a certain way, I think people around us also start to accept us and respect us for who we really are. So it's really important to love ourselves and do things that make us happy and things that give us peace of mind. And for all the strong cancer warriors out there, it is very important to take each day as it comes. I know it is a very difficult period, a lot of tensions, a lot of thoughts must be crossing your mind. But please, as far as possible, don't think about future too much. Don't go into the ifs and buts of everything. I remember that when my treatment was going on, I would somehow cry on every second or third day of each chemo cycle. And I would tell my husband that there's some chemical locha that happens. But the good part is that I would cry and I would come out of it. I would not go into the ifs and buts of it. Therefore, the treatment did not come out to be as difficult because I was very peaceful in terms of how I was feeling and I was being. So just be happy, count your blessings, and I would also like to thank Vama India for this beautiful initiative and for giving me an opportunity to be on their platform. Thank you and God bless.